Hello and welcome to a new reaction video. My name is Larissa and today I'm going to react to the 8th episode from Haunting of Bly Manor. And this is the last one before the finale. And I'm planning on finishing everything tonight. And that will probably mean I'll be an emotional mess after this. Yeah, really looking forward to it. Anyway, I'm a little sad. I saw a spoiler today, and in the previous episode, which I recorded yesterday, the last thing I said was, I really hope I won't get any spoilers the last day that I haven't watched everything. Anyway, I'm not going to say what the spoiler was, because if I say it out loud, it feels real, and I don't want it to feel real. Yeah, I just feel really bad about it, and I hate it. It's really something I didn't want to know. I just wanted to find out through the show, but IMDb kind of spoiled me. And most of you probably already know what I'm talking about right now, but I'm not gonna say it out loud. Because if you don't face your problems, they're not real. So, let's watch this episode like nothing ever happened. Oh yeah, the last thing we saw was that Danny was taken by that ghost, which was creepy as hell. Oh yeah, here we go again. Don't take her into the lake, please. I was really waiting for her.
Province of Hampshire.
Kate Siegel, she was my favorite character in Hill House. And I knew she was coming back because she said it on her Instagram, but I just didn't know when.
The elder Viola, the younger Perdita.
She's so beautiful in those clothing. I just love this style.
Thus led to Viola's invitation to a distant cousin, one Mr. Arthur Lloyd.
It's so cool to see this all in the past, and then I don't just mean that they made it black and white, but also the clothing and stuff, and just the different time. It's so cool.
Viola explained she was late because of a dispute over uncollected rents. The wedding was a small affair, fit in the business arrangement that it was. A fine outcome for Viola.
And obey. To love, cherish, and obey.
The vicar believed this an innocent omission. It was not. A surprise not to Perdita, who knew her sister better than any.
I have no honeyed words to speak. It is fierce out there.
I just love how they keep fitting the music with every scene. It's just so beautiful.
It is you. It is me.
It is us.
It is us.
Her suspicion began as small, as inconsequential as the tickle in her lungs. Impossible finally to ignore.
Hey, that's the ghost, right? There was a ghost like that. I mean, I know that we're just doctors in these times, but there's a ghost like that, so maybe that's him.
It is not the plague, but it is not good news. She has the lung.
What does that...
How long?
What does that
How
mean?
long, Doctor? Months. Months at the most.
You will treat her. Cure her.
I do not know that I can.
You will. You will. God help you, but you will. I want to be in our bed.
Isabel. Think of Isabel. You must repeat the rite.
No.
What did you say?
No.
Is your soul I worry for?
No.
Perdita, no.
You tell them, sister. You tell this priest and the God he fawns upon. You tell them no.
God wants...
She is as he made her. She says she will not go, she will not. No.
A quick dance?
No.
We need music, do we not?
We need sleep.
Oh, you're just an awful bore.
Who am I?
Do you even know how to dance?
Whoa.
Viola had surpassed the predictions of the physicians and priests alike.
I really thought she was dead already. It's so weird because this is constantly going through my head now that houses like that, like those really old houses, how much history is there in it? Like the rooms, like for example Danny is sleeping in now, that might be where she died, and when you think about that too far, you're just like, damn. But now I'm constantly thinking like, is Viola the lady of the lake or her sister? Because she looks more like the faceless lady of the lake. Oh, that's so creepy. When she was standing there, I first thought, oh, she's already a ghost. Because she looks so dead. It's so sad if you can't even touch your own daughter. You practically just can't even raise her.
Bly Manor. I've no ambition. Bly. Viola. I don't. I'll not allow it. You won't. I know, I've noticed. As Viola with love, let it be anything else.
Dude.
They will not be buried in my rings or my dresses. They will be a great inheritance for our daughter. Do you promise me all that?
Promise you what?
Promise me that you will keep them for her. Promise me.
I promise you.
This story is so depressing.
As time went on,
She's been sick for so long now.
the word was mercy. And the word was a lie. Because it wasn't mercy on her mind or her heart as she moved her hand. It was every slap, every insult, and every day that had passed, every moment after the last rites. The word had always been enough.
I mean, she really was a bitch about it all. It's almost like she blamed them for being sick.
Very soon came to be predicted that he would marry again. And there were at least in Perdita's eyes he felt an echo of Viola's. And the echo growing louder. They were married, as was common with great privacy.
I was already scared that he was gonna marry someone else and then the manor would go to other people, but it had to stay in the family.
Viola may not hear of it.
Huh? 35.
And on their wedding
Damn.
night, took
Dark
residence
times,
in
man.
Blair, and her adopted daughter refused at every turn to see her as a mother.
But she always took care of her. Ew. Her ghost is not gonna be happy.
It is for Isabel.
The manor is for Isabel. And we would let it fall to ruin before she comes of age.
I'm wondering if we're going to see more of the now in this episode, because I was really curious to see what happened to Danny. Of course, I think we're going to find out who the Lady of the Lake is, if you don't already kind of know, but then you're like fully into the story and then flashbacks. For some reason I really don't trust this. This feels so wrong. I expected something like that, but I still know I would, yeah. Here we go again. Did she kill her? Looked like she broke her neck, but I scared too hard and then I looked away, so I didn't fully see it. Is that her return thing? Where she always returns when she, you know, drifts off?
She would sleep. She would wake. She would walk.
Ew! There you have it, she's dead.
She would wake. She would walk.
She's just a ghost trapped there in that room.
And time went by.
It's fucking
How
creepy.
much time? Waking. Walking.
It's so fucked up to think that that's Danny's room now.
She admitted she was dead. She admitted her husband had moved on. She admitted her daughter was growing without her. A reward in the knowledge knowledge that one day the door would open. One day the locks would see their keys, and one day Isabel would open her mother's trunk and claim her reward. Both of their rewards. And day after day, night after night.
Oh, so she waited so long for that.
Of time, the moment
And then that
came.
fucked up sister comes in.
They would move away from here, sell the manor and find a quieter life, a smaller one. Might
No.
only for the two of them. She'd be with them, and that was all that mattered. Whatever curse had claimed his second wife, he would not risk his daughter to its icy fingers. His daughter, nor anyone else.
That's why she's the Lady of the Lake.
This final insult, absolute abandonment.
Aww. That's so sad because they do this because... We actually saw that thing, right? They do that because they think it's some kind of curse because of that thing, but it was actually just
As
her.
when she was full of that next world ignored, she instead made her own gravity. It would change the terrain of Bly Manor forever. And once again, she would sleep. She would walk. She would walk back to her home.
The muddy
feeling
footprints.
each time that it was a dream.
Oh my god.
Feeling that if she walked to her bedroom, to the room she once shared with her husband, her infant daughter, that perhaps the nightmare would abate.
And that just
That
goes
she could
on and
simply
on.
slip into the wall and she'd stare at that empty bed.
Oh, chills. This finally being explained.
Remembering itself was in dream.
I mean, of course we already thought something like that, but to actually see this and knowing the reason. So that's also when Danny almost saw her and the kids tried to protect her. It was just her walking there.
burning in her bosom.
Oh, I really want to rewatch it already and I haven't even finished it yet.
She would sleep, and she would forget. How many nights, how many walks? She could no longer count. Her attention lay only ahead.
When is her face gonna disappear then? What the fuck?
She did not even realise that a decade had passed. Not even realise after an outbreak of plague in the village that the empty manor had become a quarantine for the coughing death that ravaged her former community.
That happened in that manner? Ah.
What are you doing in here?
It isn't safe.
Oh,
You mustn't be in
she's
this
gonna
wing
kill
alone.
him, right? Yeah, he's the ghost.
And as the plague doctor died, so he was immediately forgotten. A strange phenomenon occurred. Her gravity, it seemed, her invented gravity that held her to the grounds, it would hold others too. She would sleep. And as happens when one dreams, she would forget. And having forgotten, she would wake. She would sleep, forget, and forget.
I can't with this.
And with the forgetting, an ailment altogether monstrous.
Yeah, the
All
face.
things fade. All things. Flesh, stone, even stars themselves. Time takes all things. 'Tis the
Oh, this is so depressing.
Memories fade.
Her life
and
is
so
just...
True does the spirit. Everything yields to time. Wake, walk, forget even more. Her name, forgotten. Her sister's name, forgotten. As her memories left her, so too her face. One night she found a child in her daughter's old bed.
Hey, that's the boy.
Remember who she had been hoping to see, hoping to find a child. And here was a child. It must be the child whom she'd sought.
I was already hoping we'd see the backstory of the child. I thought we would, so here we are.
And the others too. Those souls held in her orbit. Those unfortunates trapped in the gravity well she had made of Bly Manor.
Poor boy.
The eldest of Willoughby's daughters once lay Lord at Bly. Now just a thought. Just a feeling. Not a woman at all. Not a person at all. Not a name or a face. Just need. And loneliness. And rage. Her fate was a nightmare. A fate that befell all trapped at Bly. A fate that befell Viola's once sister, now forgotten in the attic. unaware that she'd ever had a sister at all. To murder, or be murdered by.
Oh, it's so fucked up.
A fate that befell anyone unfortunate enough to step into her
I
habitual
get why
path.
Peter didn't want that.
Fate that befell a poor valet, so many years later, who found themselves in the grips of vilest gravity.
Oh my
Even if
god.
never in the grip of her icy hands. No hope for anyone with the sad misfortune to die on the grounds of Bly. No hope for the victims of Bly. And no hope, it would seem, for the younger pair. Who have
She can't die.
tenants of the gravity well. And who finally stepped into the path of her own fate.
Do something! Someone! Oh my god! Guys, what the hell? First of all, let's just realize that the previous episode ended with Danny being grabbed by the throat by some ghost, and it literally ended with that again. And I was really thinking that we would find out what was going to happen to her. But right now, I kind of have a feeling that Danny might just die right now. And now we're going to get the last episode and that they're just going to end it then. Just explain some more things, and I really don't know what to think about that. But damn, this episode, guys, I can't. In the beginning, I was a little disappointed because I really hate it when you're in the middle of a story and then suddenly there's like this full flashback episode or just a different storyline or something like that. I really hate that because I really wanted to find that out, but you know, I'm going to watch the finale now, so it's fine. But I also hate it when they do that in the last episode before the finale. Like, you're already sad that you only have 2 episodes left, and then they use 1 episode for something totally else that you didn't expect it, didn't know you need, actually. Also, who would have thought that the Lady of the Lake would just be Kate Siegel? In the previous season, she was my favorite character. It's the thing with the gloves that really intrigued me and was really interesting, and just her behavior, her personality. She was just my favorite character. Because I just hated the eldest 2 siblings. Steve and Shirley were annoying as fuck. And then the twins, Nellie and Luke, they were a little too dramatic for me. Like, they went through some rough shit and they had every right to be dramatic. But Theo was just in between that and really gave that nice balance in the family, actually, to me. So, yeah, she really was my favorite character. And that's why I really love the actress. And I also watched other movies of her after that. Like I said, I knew she was returning. But I did not expect her to be the Lady of the Lake. I really didn't expect that. Yeah, it's so crazy to just find this all out. Also, when they came with the muddy footprints, I was like, okay, now I'm losing my mind. And this is what I love about this show. Everything is eventually coming together so well. You see things at first you don't even know you have to think about. And then in the end, you found out why that is and what actually happened, and you're like, holy fuck. It's like I said last time, it's kind of a Westworld vibe. You constantly see things you don't know you have to pay attention to, but then in the end you find something out and you're like, wait, I need to rewatch this. And I'm definitely going to do that. I'm definitely going to rewatch it after I finished it. I mean, I watched Hill House 8 times because it was so good, so I already expect that I would do it with this too. I'm going to watch the finale now. You can see that in a few days, or you can check out my Patreon if you already want to see it. I don't think I'm ready for this, guys. But yeah, I'm going to do it. So did you like this reaction? Please leave a like, subscribe, and I really hope to see you at the finale. Bye!